This conference will now be recorded.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Doug Smith. It's Monday at 2:30, so it is time for our Monday through Thursday 2:30 podcast. This is a podcast where you'll hear the science about what actually happened in this opioid crisis. And by the way, those of you who are reaching out to me to become among the first to file the mass tort lawsuits and start the process of getting revenge for what they did to you. Yes, we want to see justice, but I don't have any problem whatsoever with the word revenge because what they did to you is so wrong. They poisoned you without your knowledge. They poisoned you without your consent. They denied you of informed consent. They denied you of a proper diagnosis. They denied you of a proper treatment. Okay, 5 million are dead. Okay, and look at the screen in front of you. Okay, that's called overwhelming scientific evidence. Okay, look at the screen in front of you. That is called overwhelming scientific evidence. Okay, the evidence that the opioids cause genetic damage. That's what's on the screen in front of you right now. That's the scientific evidence that the opioids cause genetic damage. That's what's on the screen in front of you right now. Okay, those are multiple very well done studies. Okay, there's no doubt that the opioids cause genetic damage. And the opioids cause genetic damage in you. And then once you were genetically damaged, when you tried to stop taking the opioids, you got the sickness, and the sickness just simply could not be ignored. The only way out of the sickness was to take more opioid. Okay. The bottom line is don't mess around with 450 million year old DNA. That's how old that DNA is. Look in all of those studies and look for the term OPRM1. OPRM1. Okay, you see it in the top one, OPRM1. You see it in the next one, OPRM1. Don't see it in the Walkman studies, but there it is in the Nielsen studies, OPRM1. And there it is well, it's in the second Walkman study. She just didn't put it in her first study. Okay, but you see the term OPRM1 in four of the 5 studies. You see the term OPRM1. That's the gene. That's the piece of DNA that was damaged. Okay, the opioids cause a specific type of damage. The damage is the same in everybody. That's why the symptoms are the same in everybody. Okay, the opioids cause identical damage in everybody. And the area of the DNA that's damaged is known as the OPRM1 gene. And that gene is 450 million years old. Okay, life hadn't even crawled out of the ocean yet. Okay, life had just developed a hinged jaw. That's how old that gene is. That gene is fundamental to life. And you do not want to mess around with old DNA, and you do not want to mess around with DNA that's fundamental to life. And yet, that's what the pharmaceutical companies did. Okay, they poisoned you in an area of the DNA that's 450 million years old. Why are your symptoms so severe? Because that area of the DNA is 450 million years old. Okay, it's really pretty straightforward. And look at that screen. Look at all that scientific evidence. They have to ignore every bit of that scientific evidence in order to call you a drug addict. That's how determined they are to call you a drug addict. How determined are they to call you a drug addict? They are so determined to call you a drug addict that they're willing to ignore all the scientific evidence on the screen in front of you. And by labeling you a drug addict and calling you a drug addict, they can continue to sell the opioids. As soon as you recognize that the opioids cause genetic damage, you can't sell the opioids anymore. You can't make the money anymore. And now you've got product liability. You're responsible for the damage you've done to all the people. So take a look at that screen in front of you. Okay, those of you who are reaching out to me to be in the first wave of lawsuits, thank you. Please text me, call me, email me, reach out to me any way you want to. I'm here for you. Okay, we're not stopping. We're not stopping until we see this thing all the way through the end. The next goal is to get them to start paying for your treatment. That's the next goal. They need to pay for your treatment. Okay, but we're not stopping there. We're not stopping until they have paid for what they've done to you. So let's hold here for today. My name is Dr. Doug Smith. This is our Monday through Thursday 2:30 podcast. We will be here again tomorrow. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to us. Don't forget to post this podcast on your social media and everybody else's social media. Everybody have a good afternoon, and we'll see you back tomorrow.